today's episode of Conversations with Karen and Kat. I'm Karen Scott Green.
And I'm Kat Hardrick.
And we are here today with Dr. Elliot Heflin of RealityTechs. And I'm going to play a short introduction for RealityTechs and Dr. Heflin.
Are you looking for a way to make education fun and exciting for your child? Or maybe you're ready to jump into a top earning career after high school? Welcome to Reality Tech. With a doctorate in educational leadership, Elliot Heflin has been teaching coding for over 10 years and 2.5 years on his current platform. His goal is to inspire and nurture young minds to become critical thinkers, knowledgeable about program coding languages, such as Python, JavaScript, and Scratch, including humanoid.
All right, we've got the bugs today. But Dr. Heflin, thank you so much for joining us. You are the founder and CEO of RealityTechs. And one of the reasons why we wanted to have you on is because you have found a solution for young people when it comes to technology. So tell us about RealityTechs and what you're doing.
Okay, here at Reality Tech, I teach coding. I teach Python, JavaScript, Scratch, and humanoid robotics. And all that involves technology, and you need coding to even control the robots.
Awesome. And what are the ages of the young people that you teach?
The age range that I teach is 9 to 18. Because I want to start them very young. I want to give them the opportunity to study it before they have to implement it into the job market.
Okay. And so the courses are taught online, is that correct?
Yes, they're taught 100% online. Yes, 100% online. They're coming in the structure of, you can say, a 10-week format.
And what caused you to create Reality Tech?
The reason I created Reality Tech, you guys, is because I felt there was a need that was not being met. A need that was not being met as far as U.S. students competing in the world of technology, in the industry of technology. I want to make sure that they were able to compete, especially people who look like myself. I want to make sure they compete.
And with your research with this industry, what were some of the numbers or statistics that you found when you did your research to come into this industry?
Okay, when I came into this industry, the research that I've researched said that here in the United States, American children was number 4 or whatever in technology, and that was I guess mind-boggling to me because me being a competitive track person in high school and in college, I know 4th place is never mentioned.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
That is right. 4th place is never mentioned.
I love your humor. Look. I bet kids relate to you well, don't they?
I try to, I was basically trained to meet them on their level, meet everyone on their level. And if you can't relate to someone on their level, how effective are you?
Right. Absolutely.
And that's anyone.
How do families find you to be able to get classes with Reality Tech?
They can come to RealityTechs with an S.
With an S. RealityTechs.
With an S. That's the website, and they'll see everything. They can navigate the different classes and the different formats that I have. You can do once a week, 5 days a week, one-on-one. It's up to you, whatever format you want it in.
And now that it's virtual, you said, how are the young people exposed to hands-on projects? How are they able to apply what they learned hands-on?
Okay, usually what I do as far as the coding aspect of it, I use Zoom. And they're able to emulate the coding, and we're able to go on the editor, and they're able to practice the code that they're learning as we go. And then with the robots itself, I have a simulator that I give each children who enter in my class, each child that enter into the class, I give them access to a virtual robot that they have for, I guess, long as my life expectancy they have.
Right. For life, for your life, huh?
Yeah, for my life they have.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. And so the child will have access to that robot platform for the rest of the program.
Yes, for the rest. No, beyond the program.
Okay.
Once they leave
They'll
the
still
program,
have access to it. Okay.
yeah, so they still have access to the virtual robot, and they'll be able to practice on different things that that they might want to try. And what I tried to impart in it, even though this is the first robot, this is the first humanoid robot, this is still based off of every humanoid robot in the world. So whatever you learn, you're going to be able to control the one that's my size, even the little one. It's up to you. It's up to you what you want to do.
And so you mentioned earlier that you teach Python, and is Python a computer language?
Yes, Python is a computer-based language. It's used in mostly everything that we touch. Mostly everything electronic is used there. They usually use Python or C or C++ or JavaScript, but it's basically just like our language. You know, once you know a language, you should be able to learn any language that you approach. It's just a different dialect, and this is all it is.
Okay.
It's a different way of structuring code, or to make it simpler, structuring a sentence.
So where would our kids find Python, like something that Python uses?
Oh, Python, you can use Python in Siri, Alexa. You can use all that. Yes, it's in their phone. And I explain to the students all the time, why do Apple charge $1,000 for a phone?
Right.
And here you are, you just spent $1,000 on a phone, and all you do is do selfies and chat. I can do that with a $9.99 phone.
Right.
Okay.
So what do you think the $1,000 is for? That thing does much more than you utilize it for. You need to start on your own time. You need to start finding out what you have spent this $1,000 for, and you'll find out that what you bought is way worth more than $1,000.
Okay.
So let me ask you this: what? I forgot my question. It was right at the top of my head. It really was.
That's okay. But so you're teaching them about the resources that they have at their fingertips, and the age groups that you teach again. Did you say that already? Is it 9?
Yeah, 9 to 18.
9 to 18. They can go to your website.
Yes, RealityTechs.com.
RealityTechs.
And the program is what, 10 weeks?
Yes, it's 10-week format.
Okay.
Of any class that you want, and you can pick out your own format how you want to take it at.
And what are the classes that you teach? All the classes that you teach?
All the classes that I teach Python 1 and 2. That's beginners and advanced. I teach JavaScript, beginners and advanced. I teach humanoid robotics, beginners, and I teach Scratch. It's for the little ones. If they're like 6 or 7 years old, I teach them block coding for, because all they have to do is drag and drop boxes. But I still plant the seed, so to speak.
Okay.
I said, when you run into the text-based coding, you're going to hear these terminologies. I'm going to use these terminologies because I don't want it to be a shock to you when you hear it. So you would know exactly what they're talking about.
I know we have so much more that we have to dive in with you because you have so much information, Dr. Heflin.
Oh, I do. This is the question I wanted to ask. Is there any special equipment that parents need to, or products that parents need to purchase for their kids to take, for their students to take these classes with you?
The only thing they need is a laptop or a desktop.
Okay.
They can't use an iPad or a Chromebook because it's not big enough to hold the data.
Okay.
Gotcha.
The data is not big enough for you to be able to compile programs. So
Okay.
that's it.
Any preference to Windows based or Mac based?
No, I know both.
Okay. And so any student who has either a Mac or a Windows based program would be able to work with you.
Yes.
That's real good.
Another question. So I have a 16-year-old who's a junior in high school. He wants to major. He's teetering between computer science and cybersecurity. What would be a good class for him to start off with you?
What far as if he wants to get in the frame of mind of having a what they say a logical thinking mind or critical thinking mind, he can enter into a programming language because that's what he's going to have to do in computer science anyway. The first thing I was introduced on the personal level was Java. That was the first one they introduced me to. So it was to get me in that train of thought of thinking logically. So yes, he's going to have to do that regardless.
All right. Are there any classes that you recommend for them to take in high school?
In high school, yes. Like I said, I'm kind of a stickler of if they're not at that type of high school, for the parents to make sure they invest in that.
Okay.
Invest in it. If he wants it, why not? Why not? Get it.
Right.
It's a very lucrative career, you guys. It's a very lucrative career, and you can do either or. You can go work for the status quo, so to speak, or you can work for yourself. It's up to you. But the knowledge is so powerful. You can see how the knowledge is so powerful. Bill Gates quit school.
Right.
Perfect point.
And this is for boys and girls. Yes.
Yes. It's not gender. The only criteria you need is to know how to read. And I'll be very honest with you. If you're going the computer path, you will have to know calculus. So stay up on your math skills. Stay up on your math skills. They throw it in you. Yes. In the real world, you won't need calculus.
But for computers, you do. Okay, I'll make sure he's got calculus on his high school transcript.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Elliot Heflin, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Conversations with Karen and Kat.
Well, we are impacting the world one conversation at a time.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You can register for classes now. Give us a call at 678-508-1573 or email us at elliot33@email.phoenix.edu. To learn more about Now, the humanoid robot, please click on the link on our website at www.realitytechs.com.